is good, good people? You are now listening to another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and we back in this thing for another week, and got a couple of things I want to get off my chest. You know, it's a couple of random thoughts in between sniffing candles, so I'll start off by saying the Carolina Panthers, once again, let me down. Lost to the Dirty Birds, and the team that I cannot stand them losing to the most is the Atlanta Falcons. But it's hard for me to get my hopes up, which I've spoken about before, when David Tepper is the owner. So now, under his ownership, the Panthers, after that loss yesterday, have a record of 32 wins and 73 losses. Thanks for nothing, David Tepper. And before I light my next candle, I gotta say, there's a couple of food discussions / debates that I'm really tired of seeing on social media. The first one, and it's rife on Twitter, people that really get pissy about people that put sugar on their grits. My thing is, why do y'all care so much about what people put on their food? Now, full disclosure, I don't put sugar on my grits, so I don't care. My line of thinking is, their food ain't on my plate, so why am I so concerned about what they put on their grits? So y'all, it's just corny to me. It's just a joke. It was a cool joke at first, but y'all just running that into the ground. That, and what's even worse than the sugar on grits takes are the Thanksgiving leftovers takes. Every year it's the same thing. Y'all still eating Thanksgiving leftovers? It's like y'all have this discussion every year, and I feel like y'all don't even care about how long people eat their Thanksgiving leftovers. Y'all just say it because that's the cool thing to say. And yeah, that's corny too. Seriously. Y'all don't care about how long people eat their Thanksgiving leftovers because you're too busy eating your own Thanksgiving leftovers. Mind your own food. Anyway, let's get to the candles, shall we? So over this weekend, I went to TJ Maxx and I was just scouring the candle shelves to see what caught my eye. And as always, the protocol is I bought a food / beverage scented candle and a non-food / beverage scented candle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the non-food / beverage scented candle. So this one is created by Leobin Company. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And this is the Leather and Musk smell. The notes are cardamom, leather, and musk, infused with essential oils. So I'm going to crack this one open and see what it smells like. Oh, man. I dig this one. You know what? This almost smells identical to the Vintage Suede Cremo body wash. And if you know me, if you follow me on Twitter, you know how much I'm just a staunch advocate for a Cremo body wash. That is my A1. If I could get a sponsorship from them or an endorsement deal, that would be fantastic because I swear by their body wash. This smells almost exactly like that Vintage Suede body wash. I can definitely smell the leather, and I definitely smell the musk on the back end. So one wick on this one. So I'm going to light this one up, and I will set this one here to the side and let the wick do what it do. So now, the next thing, speaking of, while we're on the subject of food and beverages, I have a confession to make. And I gotta say, this beverage is truly an acquired taste. I 100% understand that, but I had my first taste of this beverage back in June at my cousin Johnny's house. But yeah, I'm officially a fan of LaCroix. I know people talk down on LaCroix, and I understand. Again, it's 100% an acquired taste, but I, oddly and strangely enough, I really like LaCroix. And I mean, it almost tastes like Alka-Seltzer to me. It's like Alka-Seltzer with with a grape or two dropped in for good measure. Granted, I know to the average palate, I know it tastes terrible, and I 100% get it. It's different strokes for different folks, but yeah, my fridge is I have more of a LaCroix in my fridge than I care to admit. But you know what? It is what it is. So shout out to LaCroix. I'm super late to the game, and pardon me for not being familiar with the game, but we here now. And now, keeping the food and beverage themed, the second candle that I'm going to light is what's the name of it? It's the Goodies by DW Home. It's Mrs. Claus's Christmas Cookies. I mean, holidays are right around the corner. Although it did throw me off seeing Christmas ornaments and trees up in Walmart all the way in September. I'm like, could we at least let Halloween and Thanksgiving get here first? But without further ado, I'm going to take the top off of this this candle. See what we got here. Another single wick, and we go sniff test. Oh, I like this. This definitely smell gingerbread in this. I smell gingerbread. I smell notes of vanilla and cinnamon, and it's got a good spice to it too. Yeah, this one passes the test. So I'm gonna light this one and see what it's talking about. Maybe the smell will increase. I'm already that Leather and Musk. I'm really impressed with the Leather and Musk as well. I'm really impressed with how fast the scent catches on. It's like it doesn't take a whole lot of time for the scent to really start to percolate and permeate, if you will. And lastly, I want to talk about the importance of showing up for yourself. You know, times are hard. People are going through things, and I know some may have it worse than others, but at the same time, you have to, well, just speaking from a personal standpoint, you know, there's some days where I wake up and I'm not feeling it. No matter how I intend for the day to start, sometimes it gets off on the wrong foot. And sometimes that carries over into the rest of the day to the point where I'm really not looking forward to going to the gym and working out. But then whenever I walk in the gym, and the fact that I see so many people in the gym from so many different walks of life, you know, young and old, all different shapes and sizes, and they're all at different stations in the gym, and they're all working up a sweat. And I'm like, you know what? I know I'm sure there's a fairly good portion of people that are in here that are working out right now that don't want to be here, but they put forth the effort to show up for themselves in spite of. And I'm like, you know what? That's exactly what I needed to see. That put the extra battery in my back. And I'm thankful for those people. And sometimes I'll even just see somebody working out, and you know, it looks like they're trying to get their footing and trying to get their form and their technique down. And I just walk over to them and give them a word of encouragement. Like, man, you know, you're doing great. Keep it up. And you know, somebody did that for me. So I figured, why not keep that chain going? So it's important to show up for yourself. And ooh, yeah, I'm loving the smell of this Mrs. Claus Christmas Cookies. Man, I wish I had the Charlie Brown theme music for this occasion, but yeah, both of these candles get a passing grade from me. You know what? I gotta give myself a round of applause for trusting my instincts and going with these blindly picking these candle scents to go to scoop up to do reviews for. And so far, I gotta say, I haven't come across a bad candle yet. So hopefully next episode we'll keep this thing going. So Mrs. Claus Christmas Cookies by DW Home and Leather and Musk. Yeah, both of those get passing grades for me. So this has been another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. Make sure you like, download, and subscribe. make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend about this podcast. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. You can find me at Danny Foxworth 843. There you can find all the videos for every episode for this podcast, as well as my other podcast about baseball, which is At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. And Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth, which I just dropped a new episode on Monday, and my other podcast, Growing Up Low Country with Liz and Danny. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for new episodes for those podcasts. Thank y'all. I've surpassed 250 subscribers. I passed 5,000 downloads for Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. And altogether, all podcasts combined, I'm right at the precipice of reaching 9,000 total downloads. And for that, listen, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in and listening and watching. And also, I reached the 5,000 views download on my YouTube channel as well. So again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been just a labor of love. It's something that that's been brewing, and as far as ideas, and I wanted to put rubber to the road. So thoughts became things, and it's been almost a year and a half now, and I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. And I'm thankful that y'all are tuning in and enjoying what I'm doing as well. So with that being said, this has been another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. And until next time, y'all be good. Keep it lit.